Hi boys and girls! Today we are going to be talking about the IReady lesson in reading called Summarizing Literature. This is something I'm so excited for you guys to be learning because we do this every day in class. When we're talking about a story or a book, I ask you, tell me what happened. Tell me who the characters are. What is the problem the character has to solve? How does the character resolve this problem? So I was so excited when I heard that you guys were doing this lesson because I thought, whoa, you guys are going to do great on this. I'm so happy. So I want to remind you about 6 points that we need to include when we are summarizing a story. The first thing I want to remind you that when you summarize a story, that really just means to retell the story. Don't let this word confuse you and go, oh man, I can't do this. Yes, you can. You do it to me all the time. You're just retelling what happened. We're going to start with the title. It's super important that people know what story it is that you're talking about. Then we're going to state the author because we want to give the author credit for the great story that he or she wrote. And then we're going to talk about the characters. This could be a person, it could be an animal, it can be a thing. These are the characters that are in the story. These are the ones that do the action. And then we have the setting. The setting is the time and the place that the story took place. We have the problem. The problem is what the character needs to overcome. Do you remember when we read Trumpet of the Swan and the character Lewis couldn't find a voice? He didn't have a voice, so he had to figure out a way to communicate. He was the character, and the problem was needing to communicate. And then we have important events. These are in sequence. In sequence means in the order in which they happen, and you want to make sure that you include the big picture. Those are the 6 components that you need to include when you are summarizing or retelling a story. Some points that I wanted you to remember is to keep it short and sweet. And also, no opinions. Stick to the plot. This one is the toughest, no opinions. In one of the stories you're going to read, I'm going to give you a little spoiler, okay? In one of the stories you're going to read, it talks about an enchantress. And one of the characters was so afraid of what might happen to him that he ran away. And then later in the story, they call this character Fearless. And I was thinking to myself, that's interesting because fearless means fearless means without fear, right? But yet this character was so scared that the character ran away, but he was fearless. And I thought, that doesn't really make sense. And I wanted to include that in my summary. I was like, this is really important that he can't be fearless if he ran away, but that's just an opinion. That's my opinion. And so I did not include that in my summary. I just stuck to the facts. That's the important thing. Stick to the plot. No opinions. Keep it short and sweet. I want to talk about 2 vocabulary words that we're going to encounter in our lesson. The first word is undeterred. Remember the prefix un, we've talked about this, that means not. So whenever we can figure out what the root word is, we can know that not means the opposite of what it is. So if deterred means discouraged, and if he's undiscouraged, he's not discouraged, undeterred means not discouraged. And then we have extinguished, and you guys have heard of extinguished before with the fire extinguisher, right? So we use a fire extinguisher to put out fires. So extinguish means to put out or put an end to. Those are 2 words that are really important to know when we're summarizing our story for our lesson this week. As always, I'm here for you. And so you can call me, you can screenshot, and we can talk over it that way. I've had a really good time talking to you guys on the phone this past week, working through lessons. That was a lot of fun. And communicating via text and email, that was a lot of fun. And so keep that up. If you get stuck or you struggle with this lesson, please let me know. The next little mini 5-minute video that I'm going to give you is going to be summarizing literary text again. So you might hear some of these same points. and then we're going to do the math ones. Okay? Stay safe, stay strong, stay healthy. See you soon. Bye, my friends.